Hi, Crystal Balls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please think about sticking around, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. For everybody else, thank you so much for being there with me during this journey. I really, really appreciate all of you, especially my Patreons. And I know I've been absent, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about Imbolc, and maybe a couple of other things. I didn't really sit down to think about what I'm going to do for this video. So originally, I made this graphic to do an Imbolc video. Unfortunately, I've had a lot happen, and it's been a very difficult road for me. So I appreciate you guys being there patiently, still seeing some people actually subscribing to the channel, even though I've been absent. So I appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about Imbolc. Now, Imbolc is technically over. I do have a video that I can link up here on the top about Imbolc and the connection between Groundhog's Day. So Imbolc usually is celebrated February 1st, February 2nd, very, very early in February. And this is the halfway point between the solstice and the equinox. So it's basically saying spring is coming. And it's something to celebrate new things, creativity. This in the photo is Brigitte. She is one of my patrons. She is basically the patron of Imbolc. She is the goddess of fire, poetry, animals, caregivers. Um, oh gosh, there's more, but I identify her as someone that I really, really resonate with. So you may have seen Bridget Stars. There's many, many different pronunciations. She is Irish. Um, and this is kind of her holiday. So people do things in honor of her. Writing poetry. Bonfires are a huge thing. That's something that's a very traditional thing, is bonfires. Now here in the Midwest, we have had wicked, terrible weather, ice storms, snowstorms. So I don't have anything to do a bonfire outside. It's too cold, and there's too much snow, and there's too much ice. So yeah. um, but it's just kind of a good way to reconnect with your loved ones, and it is traditionally used to kind of plan the spring harvest, things like that. So Imbolc is definitely a special time of year. I am one of those people that I don't celebrate just on one day. I kind of take a couple of weeks or a month and do many different things to celebrate during that period of time. So one of the things that I will do, I've been writing quite a bit. I'll probably just light candles and make a Bridget star. I think people call them God's eyes, but they're actually Bridget stars. I mean, unfortunately, there's so much of Christianity that stole things from pagans, and we have a long dark history of not only having things stolen from us, but basically being erased from history, and whole persecution thing. It's kind of a big deal. So do something to celebrate this month, even if it's something very simple. Light a candle, talk about the spring, talk about the things that you're looking forward to, make some new plans, even if they're tiny plans. Even if you're just making a plan to go for a walk on the day that it's nice enough to do so, do that. You know, just enjoy, take a look at the birds that you see, take a look at what plant life is making it at this point. You know, it's a beautiful time of year, and it's also just I hate winter, so I'm excited that winter is almost over and spring will be coming soon. Now that's technically, you know, seasons change, and we have had winter recently up until May. So yeah. Again, I'm just kind of rambling, and um, I just want to take a moment to again thank you guys for being there for me while I've been absent. I'm going to be trying to upload more things. So I have lost a couple of people very recently, and it's been very difficult. And I've been very ill. Um, as many of you know, I battle endometriosis and lupus, and that's been incredibly difficult for me. But my mental health has been really bad, very, very bad, which is why I'm not here. And I am seeking treatment finally. There will be a time when I discuss this with you guys and talk about it in detail, because I realize that a lot of people don't understand or are afraid to talk about some of the more difficult parts of mental health. And I want to come at it from an educational view to give you guys my experience. So maybe if you have to go through the same thing, you won't be scared. I found um, a video, dissociated DID, who explained some things in detail about what you could expect in certain steps and certain processes. And I found that very enlightening and very helpful. Fortunately, her story is in the UK. So while there is similar things, there's also some things that are quite different because of just different countries. But I found that's so helpful. And I even recommended it to a couple of people that I'm taking classes with. And it's very important to have that fear relieved from you because you don't know necessarily what you're getting into when you're at certain phases, and it can be scary. And I want to be able to have a educational dialogue about that because it's so scary. And if I could relieve someone else's fear and know what they're walking into without having to, you know, be as scared and have a little bit of insight, then I'm definitely going to do that because I, I can tell you if I hadn't seen that video, I wouldn't have gone. Um, So, a couple more things. I do have some readings that I will be putting out. Summer Willis's birthday just happened, so I'm going to be talking about that. Um, I'm going to be doing some more deep dives into some conspiracy theories and some strange disappearances. But I also want to ask you guys, I've recently found glitches in the Matrix stories, like, you know, weird things, almost like you've shifted into another dimension. And I can't think of big ones off the top of my head, but do you guys have any stories that you want to share? If so, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Thanks for supporting me. Bye.